All right, we got an NFC West showdown this week on Sunday Night Football. It's going to be a good one because the Rams are desperate and have to win this football game. The Seahawks are in the race for that first round bye, hopefully a number 1 seed in the NFC playoffs. They're fighting it out with the Saints and the 49ers, so this is going to be interesting. And this is one of the more intriguing things about this matchup. First off, 2 weeks ago, we saw the Rams get absolutely bludgeoned by a big, physical, running football team, the Baltimore Ravens. And this, to me, is another aspect of this matchup. Hey, we could talk X's and O's and all this, but sometimes football is just about who's going to win in the trenches up front. And the Seahawks have started to go behind this 6 offensive line formula. Okay, 6 offensive linemen in the game at the same time. Sometimes there's a tight end in there with the 6 offensive linemen. Sometimes there's 3 receivers in there with the 6 offensive linemen. So they can do a lot of different things, but just at a base premises, all right? Football's a fight sometimes. It is actually a fight for territory on the field. And what happened to the Rams a few weeks ago against the Baltimore Ravens is they just got pushed back up front. And I worry about that again right now. The Seahawks did this a little bit earlier this year in the matchup, okay? But I think the Seahawks are a different team now than they were in the Week 5 on a Thursday night football game. The Seahawks offense is rolling. They found the formula they want. And this defense, still very good, is reeling a little bit as of late, all right? And the thing I want to talk about more than anything, just look at this, okay? Look at the size difference between some of these guys here. And these will be the matchups. Now, Dwayne Brown, 315, okay, pounds. Dante Fowler, 255. Whoa, that's a 60-pound difference. That's kind of an issue there. Mike Iupati, 331 pounds. Fox, 275 pounds. Okay, that's a 56-pound difference. There's a little issue there. All right, here's one matchup, Hunt versus Joseph Day. All right, the Rams got the advantage. Cool. But now you have Aaron Donald, who's also another defensive tackle, who's 280 pounds, okay? For all his greatness, one of the weaknesses he does have in his game, nobody's perfect, is handling double teams. It's hard to handle double teams when you're 280 pounds, and then you might have a guy like DJ Fluker at 342 pushing on you with Jermaine Ifedi at 325. But 342 as the 280, 62-pound difference. Jermaine Ifedi, 325. Michael Brockers, 305. 20-pound difference. And then George Fant, who comes in to be that tight end, 322 pounds. Him against Clay Matthews, okay, and I got to do the math real quick, 45-22, 67-pound difference there. That is a big-time difference in size and physical power there. And I do think the Seahawks, with Rashad Penny, Chris Carson, their downhill running game, they've really found their groove. They do some things creatively up front, and they put you in a bind, too. Like I said, when they put those 3 receivers on the field, and they go DK Metcalf and Lockett, and then they also have, whether it's David Moore on the field. Now you go, oh, wait, we might not want to leave all 6 of these guys because we need an extra cover guy. So now you take one off. And let's say they take Fox off the list, all right? So now Fox is off the list because they wanted to put another DB in to stop the 3 receivers. Now you still have the same guys here, but one less size guy up front. And that's what the Seattle Seahawks did to the Minnesota Vikings last week and really put them in a bind. They got the Vikings in nickel defense a whole lot, where it was 4 defensive linemen, 2 linebackers, 5 defensive backs matched up against these 6 big hulking offensive linemen, and they truly just overpowered the Minnesota front. And that would be one thing to watch out for that I think is very intriguing in this game in general. Hey, like I said, sometimes it's just and who wins, and my money's on this team right now. Shazam! Oh, baby. Okay, look at that. I'm a good drawer. I'm that quick, just like that. Okay, so the Seahawks, we talked about this 6 offensive lineman set that they have, right? The Rams in Week 5, they matched with big people. Dante Fowler, Fox, Joseph Day, Aaron Donald, Brockers, and then you got Clay Matthews here on the edge with the 2 middle linebackers, okay? So they're playing a very heavy run set, as you could see here. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people in the box to stop the running game, all right? And what the Seahawks will do to you sometimes is they'll just say, we're bigger and stronger than you, and we're just going to block downhill and try to smash your face in, for lack of a better phrase, all right? And just go, boom, yeah, I got him. And then they'll go, boom, let's double team him. And they might let the center go one-on-one. And then they go, bam, let's double team Aaron Donald. And then George Fant on the outside will take him. and they might have the right receiver get down here just to block or cut off Clay Matthews or whatever it may be. And then off of that, they'll just do they could do something where they kind of comes out here, and then he comes downhill, Chris Carson, who is a downhill killer running back, all right? And within this guy after the double team might try to come off to get him. One of these guys might come off to get the middle linebacker as well. But this is the strength of what the Seahawks do. And the Seahawks have gotten better at this since week 5. And I would think they're going to steal some of the things they saw from the Ravens do to the Rams a few weeks ago as far as just a straight-ahead run game and try to copy that. That would make sense to me. And also I want to add another little wrinkle to what they've done lately, okay? Sometimes lately they take the tight end out, so now they still have the 6 offensive linemen, and they might make this a wide receiver and just split him out a little bit and make that David Moore, number 83, and now you have 3 receivers on the field, and I think that off of that, the Rams will have to take one of their big guys off the field as well and try to match it with a DB. But now you're really at a disadvantage versus these 6 offensive linemen with one less big person and this downhill power running game, we know is really hitting its stride between Chris Carson and Rashad Penny. And we talked about the weight difference up front, and that's what scares me about the Rams in this one. They're going to have to play their hand. Do they want to stop the run? Do they want to drop back and pass? They're going to be susceptible to one or the other, and Wade Phillips is going to have to do something creative to help his defense out. Seahawks-Rams, Sunday Night Football. It's a great matchup. We've talked about the big people on the Seahawks offensive line, the matchup against a smaller front 7 for the Rams. But there's one big difference with the Rams defense as compared to week 5. It's this guy right here, number 20, Jalen Ramsey. And that's where we're going to go inside the numbers, powered by AWS. Since the Rams have gotten Jalen Ramsey, their pass defense has gotten much better. Completion percentage before Ramsey was at 70.2%. 16th in the NFL. Now, weeks 7 through 13, since they've gotten Jalen Ramsey back, it's dropped to 66.3%, which is now 8th in the NFL. Passer rating allowed before Jalen Ramsey got there, 99.4. That was 17th in the NFL. Now with Jalen Ramsey, it's gone to 93.6. Jalen Ramsey has helped out their pass defense. There's no doubt about that. But now, we talked about the run game and this big 6 offensive lineman set that the Seattle Seahawks are doing and how they want to overpower you. And we talked about how, what did the Rams do? They put 8 guys at the line of scrimmage and tried to cloud the whole picture in the run game and make a mosh pit of things. Okay, that's great. But the problem is it leaves you susceptible downfield in the passing game. And the Seahawks have grown their offense since that Week 5 matchup. And Russell Wilson's on fire, as we know. He's in the MVP conversation, probably only second to Lamar Jackson. DK Metcalf was just getting back in the lineup then, early in Week 5. Right now, he's really one of the go-to guys. Of course, we know they got Lockett. They got David Moore. They got Josh Gordon. So they have weapons at the receiver position. But what they did in that game, because of the crowded line of scrimmage, they just ran some simple play-action passes. Here, this is an example of just basically a downhill run. Okay, Russell Wilson comes out. He kind of flips around, goes this way, and what they basically did was run 2 deep crosses. DK Metcalf went this way, all right, and then Tyler Lockett went this way, and Russell Wilson, who had to move and scramble a little bit on this play, makes an unbelievable throw into the back of the end zone. But the point is, really, that the Rams are going to force into a corner here of what do you want to do to stop this set? Do we want to get really big and stop the run and then leave ourselves susceptible to a better passing game now with Russell Wilson and more of the weapons he has at his disposal? Or do you want to play, let's stop the pass game every now and then leave yourself susceptible to the power run game between Chris Carson and Rashad Penny, which is rolling right now? This Seahawks offensive line and this Seahawks offense in general has found a formula that's really effective. And I'm a big fan of an offense that makes you defend the whole field. And even though it's not complex, they make you defend the whole field because of why? The run game, which makes you defend this part. And then when they drop back to pass, they are looking for home run hits. Go routes, deep crosses, posts. They don't look to dink and dunk. Russell Wilson looks to change the game when he drops back off of these play-action passes. Watch that on Sunday Night Football this week on NBC.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.